Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. Do the same at the Grizzly Gentleman. Both of them are fantastic deals and they help support the show. What is up, Planeswalkers? Stereo 6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and today is Bolas Day. And technically speaking, this isn't part of the whole Halloween, horror theme stuff, whatever. But I guess technically you could say it's like horror theme because I'm playing Yorion, Bolas, with white cards. So a few people have been asking me to do something along these lines, and I did get a deck list from something Valence, I don't remember exactly, but at this point we can now officially change this name because I've edited it quite some bit to Bolas and SNAKEY. There we go. It's Bolas and SNAKEY. So it's 80 cards. We're gonna go through them all. This is going to be played in best of 3. The mana base is as good as I could do. I'm not good at making a mana base. Also, there is double black, double white, more double whites, 3 color cards, triple black, double white, double blue. Not the easiest. Hopefully it'll be fine. Anyway, we have Yorion as our companion here. Essentially, we start the game with an extra potential card that can come in essentially whenever we'd like by paying 3 and then paying 5. We get to bounce our things, so sometimes that'll reset our Planeswalkers. We can use it to reset things like Elspeth Conquers Death, our Nicol Bolases, Omen of the Seas, for example. But also, it's just a relatively guaranteed, easy to cast 5 mana 4/5, right? We have 3 Bloodchief's Thirst. It's a strong removal spell that only costs single black pip unless we're kicking it, in which case it'll cost 2, but it's very flexible. 3 Omen of the Seas helps a ton in a deck like this, being able to make sure that we have decent mana, and we can sack it to scry. 3 Search for Azcantas, once again, very important in a deck like this. Since we're 80 cards, technically speaking, our individual card consistency is lower, so having extra Search for Azcantas can really help maintain some stability in the deck. 3 Thought Erasures. It has Surveil, and it allows me to discard. Now, you might be saying, well, Thoughtseas only costs a single color, Agonizing Remorse doesn't also cost a single color, and can hit things in the graveyard. The reason I'm going with Thought Erasure is because of the Surveil. It's possible that it'll be a little too hard to pay for. Okay, that freaked me out. I hope I'm not the only one who saw that. It'll be a little hard to pay, but it's fine. 2 Murderous Riders, 2 Bonecrusher Giant. You know what, honestly, the Murderous Riders, where's 37 lands? 37? I mean, that seems correct. I'm gonna put another Bonecrusher in, and honestly, I want to go up to 4 Omens. There we go. Bonecrusher Giant helps with dealing with some early game creatures, as well as is relatively nice for just being an annoying threat. Sphinx's Revelations can gain us life against aggro and draw us cards against control. It's very helpful. Wrath of God. If only we had Damnation, and then I wouldn't have to play white in this deck. Read this as Damnation color shifted. 8 to Extinction and Vraska's Contempt. Very nice exile cards. They both do different things, so that's why we do have a mix here. We have 2 Contempts. They gain us life, and then 1 E to Extinction allows us to essentially surveil. 2 Extinction Events. 2 Languish. My brain is broken. We just want like maximal board wipes, essentially. Extinction Event helps with dealing with things that are indestructible, and Languish allows us to just kind of kill things that also are indestructible, but smaller. 3 Nicol Bolases. We're still playing Bolas, I swear. 3 Elspeth Conquers Death. We like to conquer things. This is a very good card. You could say maybe we should be playing Eldest Reborn instead, but the fact that Conquers Death allows us to target things is very nice. You know what? Here, I'll do a little bit of a compromise. We'll have an Eldest Reborn, not an Eldest Reborn. I hate everything that I do. Eldest Reborn. Thank you very much. There we go. Now I've counted. 1 Hour of Devastation. We're playing Bolas, I swear. 1 Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. It's cool. It allows us to draw a card and untap for things. We get to tuck something. It's nice. 3 Nicol Bolases. We're playing a Bolas deck. I swear. 1 Dream Trawler is just a really strong card. Generally speaking, it gives us lifelink. It draws cards. It allows us to protect it. It's very helpful. And then 2 Nicol Bolas God-Pharaohs. We're playing Bolas, I swear. Sorry. This is a mana base. Do not ask me about it. I tried my best, okay? I think those are the only triomes that actually like work with me, right? The others have green in them. Yeah, the others all have green in them. But I do need this to be this. Thank you very much. There we go. 2 Agonizing Remorse on the side. It's still helpful to be able to get rid of graveyard things. Mystical Disputes, helpful against annoying control decks. Narset, helpful against annoying control decks. Sinister Sabotage, fun fact, good against annoying control decks. Necromantia, wow, it's weird that we have this card that's good against control decks. Ashiok Dream Runner, good against graveyard decks. And Thought Distortion, good against control decks. Why do we have so much against control and like nothing against aggro? That is because of how many board wipes we have in the main deck. That is why. I've not tested this deck. I do not care. We are going into play mode. Traditional Historic Ranked. Bolas neck. Let's get this thing done. See how this goes. Hopefully it goes well. Hey, fun fact, we keep the shit out of this. Where's my deck? Oh, we're still waiting on them. Hey! Plus, we're gonna play the Triome first. Uh-oh. My Steam is downloaded, so I need to pause that. Alright. Hopefully, Arena will chillax. Okay, now we're gonna pay for this. Get something out of here. Okay, we're gonna hit the one that hurts me more, I think. I don't actually need this. Next turn, I'm gonna be playing Hallowed Fountain tapped and doing this. So I think I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. Okay. Looks like it does not want to sack the Prospector in order to play the War Chief, which is good for me. Do I take the War Chief here? Probably. There's definitely an argument to be made to just take the Muxus. Ooh. Yeah, I'm taking War Chief. I will keep the Azcanta, and the reason for that is because on 5, let's see, white, yeah. On 5, I can put Yorion into my hand and then play Azcanta. So we might actually see them attack here and then play the Krenko, and I will absolutely Wrath on Krenko, I think. Alright, they don't do it, which is very interesting. That means I am relatively safe to just play this tapped, and play this. I guess there is an argument to be made to just put Yorion in my hand, but I'm not too terribly worried about it. My opponent's, you know, being pretty conservative with their cards. I will absolutely keep Sphinx's Revelation. Here we played the Events tapped, and then we just Wrath this. Now they have to get another land for this. We're at 4 cards in the grave. Got a Snoop. Gonna graveyard this up to 5. Ooh, Teferi. I think it's safe to Teferi minus here.
I know my responsibility. I'm not ready for you quite yet.
Because I know what they have here. So there's only 1 card that they would have to have with haste, and I've already gotten rid of 2 of them. Alright, cool. We're going to library this. We're going to plus.
Hold that thought.
Since it has Sphinx's Revelation, I do want to just play this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm just going to put Yorion into my hand. And then hold up Bonecrusher Giant. Yeah. Castle Ambreth. Yeah, sure. I'm fine with Fairy taking one. I can technically just bounce it. Kernko, yep. Kernko, let's see. So a potential issue here is them just getting Muxus. And getting a really good Muxus. Although I know that next turn they're not going to be able to, because they have this. I will just kill the goblin. Seems decent. Gonna draw.
Let's skip to the good part.
I'm gonna get rid of both these cards, I think.
Look upon my omnipotence. Why just read a mind when you can scrape it out?
Bolas, what are you talking about? So I don't really care if Teferi dies at this point, because I do just have Nikki B. And Matron's sad to see. Although I can just exile the card that they get. Wow, they concede. It's pretty decent for me. So what do we bring in here? We bring in the Sabotages, we bring in the Remorses, and we bring in... Do we bring in Ashiok as well? Just for the Matrons? Possibly? So what would we take out then? I don't think Sphinx's Revelation is necessarily the... What? I don't think it's supposed to do that. Dude, they're blank. They're blank, dude. Alright, I need to focus. Hey, I'm going second. Sabotage is not good going second. For what it's worth, neither is Necromancer, really. Let's get rid of 2 Sphinx's Revelations, the Dream Trawler. That's what Conquers Death. Conquers Death seems helpful, though. Let's get rid of Eldest Reborn. Sure, let's do that. Don't know if it's correct, but that's what we're doing. 'Tis what we're doing. I wonder what RVA stands for. Oh, this is just like the wretched. I don't know what RVA stands for. Well, I mean, I have black, red. I just don't have blue. I can also have double white, but I think I do mulligan this. Keep this easily. Get rid of this, or get rid of Necromentia. I think we actually get rid of Necromentia here. We get rid of Necromentia. We only have 1 black. If they play a thing, alright, cool. They didn't play the thing. If they did play the thing, the Skirk Prospector, I would kill it. Wow, they didn't have another play here. That's really good for us. Means we can get our Search for Azcanta down. And these Interplanar Beacons are actually really nice for Bolas here. Yeah, so we'll take the 2, then we can just kill the Warchief with Bonecrusher. I'm gonna graveyard that, it's too far away. Blue, red. I'm gonna hold this for right now, because I technically don't need it. And since this decreases, I'm gonna kill it now. So if they just play a naked Krenko here, I can just kill it. Goblin Matron, it's very unfortunate. Give me a Snoop first, interesting. We have enough, I think I'm gonna graveyard that. Wrath of God is very nice to see. We need a white source though. Do I just play Crusher, or do I put Yorion into hand? I think I'm going to play Crusher here. And put Beacon down. Not sure if correct, but doing it anyway. Thank you. Snoop. Snoop! I can just kill Snoop with this. Prospector. We've got 2 cards in the graveyard. We're going to graveyard this. They essentially already searched. And I needed to find a white source. So play Bolas here. Well, I don't think playing Bolas here is correct. I don't think I attack. Attacking could mean the difference between life and death. The thing, like, they didn't search for a Muxus, so I have to assume that they have one. I think I have to kill the Skirk Prospector here to, like, minimize issues. To, like, minimize the chance that they play a Muxus. They might have another Prospector. I think I just do this. And I might as well do this. And even if the thing is that they could still get Muxus, right? They play Prospector, then sack Matron Muxus. And we're looking at four cards in the grave. Looking at 5 cards in the grave. Okay. Well, we have another white source for what it's worth. I am going to Bolas here. Black. I have 2 white. I don't think I'll need another 2. I have 1, 2 blue. Blue is a little bit more restricted than red, so I guess I'll play this on blue. I'll play Bolas here. And plus. A nice life buffer. But plussing here, like, I could technically minus on the Snoop.
In my image.
So they had land next turn, right? So I minus on Snoop. They played land Muxus. I guess technically speaking, it makes it so that if they don't hit Krenko, I'm in a better position. I think I'm gonna plus though. They get rid of the worst card in their hand. I mean, that's a 3-for-1 in my favor, so I'm fine with that. Alright, I didn't expect that, but yeah.
Moat of my power.
The longer this game goes on, the more in favor I am. So I just want to not die. Yeah, they do cast the Muxus. That's at least one miss. They do have Hasty Haste. They also get a Goblin Matron Search. They should just go grab another Muxus here. Yeah. So this will flip next turn. Let's see. I guess if I plan on board whipping anyway, I just chump here. 2, 4, 6, 9. So there is a distinct possibility that I still just die to Muxus out of nowhere. I am going to keep that on top. I do have access to Azcanta, but really, the game is entirely dependent on what they get with Muxus. Okay, that is not. No, it's bad. It's bad. They have Conspicuous Snoop. Oh, but they're not gonna have access to it unless they sack here first. Like they need to sacrifice before they search with Matron, or else they lose access to the. And they didn't, but it doesn't matter because they had a land, so they get to play this anyway. So I'm still dead. Damn. I believe in the me that believes in me. I'm playing normal Grixis. So depending on what they play here. Okay, they did not play Prospector, so that's good for me. And we're going to start off with the Thought Erasure, because I would like to get another land. We're going to take the Chieftain. Chieftain I can kill with Bonecrusher. I'm actually going to take Krenko here, because I can kill this and this with Bonecrusher, so... I would like the Languish, but I want to actually have four lands before I can kind of commit to that. Now let's see if they play Snoop or Goblin first. Wily. Yeah, they play Wily first, which I think is the correct decision. Okay, we get a Savai Triome. Okay. And we are going to just Agonizing Remorse here. We're going to take the Chieftain. So now they have a few extra lands than needed. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to kill the Snoop. Then they're going to play that. I'm going to kill that as well. We want to play this Triome first. No, I'm going to kill the Snoop. I'm going to kill the Snoop and we'll hold up removal for War Chief. And then next turn I can play Bolas Triome. They're just going to discard the Mountain, but I think that's fine. Destroy target colorless non-permanent. Deal 2 damage to target creature. I do not understand the point of that card, but okay. Colorless non-permanent. So they brought this in, I assume thinking that I have Ugin? Next turn, I probably play Crypt tapped. They don't have mana for Muxus, which is nice. Do I Crypt tapped, or do I play... Do I play it untapped so I can play Giant and put Yorion in my hand? I very much don't know. Well, that answered my question. I'm not too worried about Bolas dying here.
I will spare you.
Wow.
In exchange
No,
for
these first
eternal
two are from
servitude.
Best of Ones that I played on stream. I didn't think he lost there. I guess, well, no, he had Castle Outbreath, right? Don't know, but it's always satisfying to win against goblins, so I'll take that. Alright, I have questions, don't I? Bagel asks, who's my favorite Zendikar Rising commander? That's a good question. Let's go to Scryfall and find out. Hello, Kevin. Let's see. Advanced search. Play first. Yeah, I mean... I technically have blue and red, but, I mean, I'll keep it. It's just not the best. Let's see. Sets. Zendikar. Zendikar Rising Commander. Criterion can be your commander. Search for these options. Alright, so we have a Kiri, Anawan, Ashaya, Cherix, Drana, Gon. T technically doesn't count. Grakma, Kaza, Linvala, Marag, Obun, Omnath, Aura, Pylath, Tabarax, Tazri, Verazol, Yasharn, Zagrath, and Zareth San. So I really like Verazol. I think Verazol's cool. I mean, if I had to choose a commander, I'd probably choose Omnath because it does so much. But if I choose something that I'm most likely to play the most often, it's probably Yasharn, because it like goes into one of my decks. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Yasharn. I generally like I like what Yasharn does and is. So we have both white and black. I guess the question kind of is, do I want to have to shock myself later on in the game? And the answer is no. So I could lose out on Bonecrusher Giant value here, where they play some 2-drop, and then I'm unable to capitalize on killing it, and then playing Bonecrusher Giant on 3. I talked myself out of the decision I made. Unfortunately, I've already made the decision. Yeah, no, I think it's better to just Brightclimb. Now, is this black in another color, or is this just black? Because I feel like it has to be another color, right? Is this potentially rogues? It's black and green, okay. Interesting, a bit of a throwback. Well, hilariously, Waterghost Walker is not something that I can kill with giants. That said, I can kill its compatriots with Bonecrusher Giant. I'm gonna hold up Bonecrusher. And that is why I need them to not have 2 large creatures. I shouldn't they get rid of Heroic Intervention, right? Is it gonna be what, a 3/4? 3/5, sorry. I'm putting a freaking classic Explore on my list. It's either gonna be Abzan or Jund. Oh, maybe Sultai. Abzan, Jund, Sultai. Essentially, green-black plus something else. It seems a bit strange to me, but it's whatevs. I'd like to get another blue or red source. We didn't. We did get this, which is quite nice. It allows us to kill that and play the Search for Azcanta. I guess technically I could play the Bonecrusher Giant. However, I'm looking for certain types of land. We're just going to play this as black, I guess. I don't fucking know. If I get... The thing is, if I get a blue or red, then I do get to just cast my SNAKEY here. And that's all because I decided to put this on black. Totally, that decision was made on purpose. I was not lucking out. Shut up, it's fine. So yeah, that Heroic Intervention, not as good now. For what it's worth, no matter what the top is, if it's not a land, it's probably getting yeeted. If it is a land, it's probably getting kept. And the main reason for that is because we can still use, like, Yorion. Serrated Scorpion. Interesting day. Missed a land, that's getting yeeted. Hell yeah. They lose indestructible. All creatures lose indestructible. Gain indestructible. Haha. So I think I am going to just play out my SNAKEY and plus him. Now, if my opponent does go into a Jailite Ranger here, my SNAKEY 1, 2, 3, 4 would actually die, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. Although it would die if I played Hour of Devastation, but I just don't like his... Here, let me... I don't like his small arms, you know? Because, like, they're supposed to be legs, right? We got legs. But instead, these legs are just like arms. They're just like... And, like, these eyes are kind of fine, right? These eyes make it look horrifying. Like, just cover those up. It's like, oh, look, it's a creepy... It's a scorpion. It's creepy. You know? But, yeah, it's a scorpion. Throw those on there. Now it's horrifying. What do they get rid of? They got rid of a Chupacabra. That is the correct decision. My opponent is, like, kicking it real old school, too. Like, this is just straight up Golgari mid. I'm not enthused about all the choices they've made so far. I mean, let's be honest. These are the only choices I've seen. This feels like a card that should be in a sideboard, if played at all. This makes sense. Like, this is understandable. I don't know if you want a Serrated Scorpion in a deck like this. Like, it's helpful at... annoying control players and board wipes, but I'm not sure it's worthwhile. Our opponent has the Heroic Intervention up. They might not realize it. Dancing Gargoyle. Then this can wake up, yeah. Is there anything else on this map? I don't need that to view. No, I don't think so. No. Thank you. What kind of graveyard this? Yeah, it's fine. We're just plussing here. Kind of fine doing so. Draw another card, get more nonsense out of their hand. We probably just play Nikki B. Remember, we're playing Nicol Bolas. I swear. Okay, cool. Got another cool land. Take out of another Chupacabra. That's unfortunate. Probably shouldn't have kept the Chupacabra around. Cast down. that was a fast discard. So I mean, now they're down to Heroic Intervention, which, for what it's worth, I feel like they probably should have gotten rid of a little bit ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 3 cards in the graveyard. Maybe one more land, I get to flip my Nikki B. Not really want to take anything from them, but flipping Nikki B is still pretty decent here, because it means that Hour of Devastation won't hurt my Nikki B. I'm still at 15, so I really don't care about Serrated Scorpion dealing damage to me. And I don't care about their life total, because as the game progresses, my stance gets better because my card quality in general is better. But that's not to say that I can't lose to something like a Bolas Citadel. The thing is, they've missed land drops several times, and honestly, I think a lot of that stems from the fact they decided to keep this on top. I don't remember all of what they knew about my deck at that point, but I really think they should have gotten rid of this. And this, I mean, I don't know what's in their hand, but like, they need assistance. We kill Wild Growth Walker because Walker, well, I'm gonna attempt to, because Walker has more potential of growth, whereas Scorpion's always going to be a 1/1. And my opponent probably should have waited to see what I was going to do with my blocks, so that they could have more information on how they want to scry with Temple. For what it's worth, they still might decide to just fire off this this Heroic Intervention here. They decide not to.
A drop of power.
Yeah. Yeah, my opponent was very much on the back foot. Let's see here. I don't think I have anything to bring in, really. Do I have anything to take out? No, nothing's really bad in this matchup. Yeah, I think for this, you know, we didn't see a ton of the opponent's deck, but we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. Dude, apple cider. It's delicious. Freaking apple cider and eggnog. It's so dumb that those things are essentially seasonal drinks. Like, they're just great. I need to do an apple tier list one of these days. I need to, like, go to a bunch of stores and just pick up as many varieties of apples as possible. And legit bite them and tier list them. Right now in S tier is Good Granny Smith. And of course, the thing is that this would be like predicated on the fact that, like, obviously fruit are going to have individual differences. You know, like, you can have a Granny Smith that is tart, it's incredibly crisp, bright. I don't know if that makes sense to those people, but like, if you like Granny Smiths, you kind of know what I'm saying. Kind of a very bright, fresh taste. But you can also have Granny Smiths that are they give too easily. You know, they're not crisp enough. Their flavor is they can be very mute. You're not getting any of this tartness, but you're also not getting a lot of sweetness. It's just very, like, kind of meh apple flavor, and it's just not bright, right? There's something about it that's just not really there. This hand is pretty decent. Keep this. Play the Crypt first. So I had searched for Azcanta. And that was it, right? They didn't see anything else from me that would implicate my graveyard at all. The thing is, Search for Azcanta is also just a really decent way to scry. Or I guess technically surveil. What? The thing is, I'm still going to play Search for Azcanta here. Because it just helps me scry. I do not care about Leyline of the Void at all. I'm sure the Rest Contempt's annoying, and I guess the Command Jet Horde could become an issue. But... I mean, honestly, sure. Let's library this up, I guess. Sure. So I can contempt something if I would like, or I can just Omen. That's fine. I can Extinction Event on Odd. I think I'll do that. Are somebody going to get rid of that? They might keep it on top and then get rid of it. No, they're absolutely keeping it. But good thing it doesn't have protection from black. Incredibly rude. How could you? Oh, I guess... Oh, no, they don't have another green, so they're not going to be able to haste it on me. I'm going to scry here. I will keep this. You know what? I'm going to keep this as well. Because I'll scry 2 immediately. Do I want to keep this? Yeah, I do. It's a random passive healing. Wrath of God. I don't know if I'll need Wrath of God. Well, I didn't keep Wrath of God, so... we're going to Extinction Event on odds. Get rid of both of those with add any harm to me. It also doesn't increase the graveyard for that. I'll play this tapped. Next turn, I contempt this. Which means they also don't have a thing in the graveyard for their Command the Dread Horde. Right now they would have just those. We are going to graveyard this because I do not need it. And look, it's a Raugrin Triome. We are going to just contempt this. I think that's fine. Then we're going to play the Triome. Are we going to play the Triome tapped? Yeah, we're going to play the Triome tapped. We're fine having a little bit of extra mana. Alright, they have nothing there. I assume they're going to get a green source. I wonder, like, are they really just going to Lenore Elf Jade Light Ranger? Because that would be an incredibly weak Command the Dread Horde. Really? That is an incredibly weak Command the Dread Horde. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. We got land, and they should get rid of that. That card is very not useful at this juncture in the game. I think that's incorrect. I mean, my Bolas is gonna have to die at some point, isn't it? I guess technically not. Sure, I'll library here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think... fine. Yeah, that was probably premature. That was probably premature. So I'd like to get a land next turn. That way I can put Yorion into my hand and immediately use Yorion to reset Conquer's Death and my Omen of the Seas. So I'm looking for a land here. So, okay, here's the thing. If my Elspeth Conquer's Death sticks around, and I don't get a land, then I just get my Teferi if I put it in the graveyard. Yes, I'm absolutely fine just graveyarding this here. Darn. So our Bolas are going to get contempted, but that's fine. We'll get a Teferi. Look, they already put that contempt. They're like, kill it, make it die. It's fine. That is a 2-for-1 in my favor. Yeah, Languish. Yeah, get rid of an excess forest. Makes sense.
My schemes are never ending.
I'll put it in hand. Grab Teferi here.
I'm not going to sit this one out. No time for a break.
Not bad. Get rid of the card that's in their hand. Potentially. Yeah, sure. Do one of these. Untap this and who cares? This Omen of the Seed instead. So this game should be in what I'd like to call the bag. Do not keep that on top. Thank you. Cool. We didn't really have any mana issues. Deck performed well against a mid-range deck, which needed work, and an aggro deck. So I am upset that I'm admitting this, but we're going to keep playing Yorion for a little bit longer. And, I mean, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep playing Yorion for a little bit longer. If you all have any advice on specifically the land base, because for right now, you know, this is essentially only my second time out with this deck. And I am liking the numbers so far. Everything seems to be doing exactly what I want it to be doing. I could potentially toy with these numbers. The removal, essentially, on 4. But overall, I'm inclined to like the main deck. The sideboard could possibly use work. This definitely felt a little bit more thrown together than I prefer. But yeah, I mean, definitely like the performance of this deck. Even though it's not as true as I'd want it to be. Anyway, I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwind and Malik, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you'll find links in the description below. I do, of course, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff really does help out the show. Be sure to check out my second channel. I'm going to be posting another episode of Among Us. It was a random impromptu thing because I was like, hey, can I join these people playing Among Us? And they were like, sure! So I joined. It's fun. Yeah. Until next time, all be one.